destroyed.
Hello again. Well, I have to do this again. Yeah, I'm going to do another Floodgate match. This one is from last week. This past week. And, agonized a lot about which one to post. I don't think the other team liked this match very much. Because we basically were, I think we were pretty much one man up the whole game, and at one point we were two men up. And we had fun times on our team. But yeah, I was kind of wondering about that myself. But despite that, we didn't come that far from losing. And if you notice the scoreboard at the beginning of this video, we did lose the previous one when the teams were even, which I thought was pretty amazing. I was looking at that lineup, you know. Of course, you know, just the other team was just playing really well. You know, they got Kronos over there. He's really good. But I was just wondering, yeah. At this point. But yeah, they're just well, they got Tarnation Sauce. They're running interference, which is something if you see any amount of that, that's an indication that they're organized pretty well. They're cooperating pretty well. Here's an Ice Cream. He's definitely one of the better players out there. And I think we're probably going to try to drag him to center, or maybe even to the enemy. Well, we might go for the center. Well, we're not going to get there, are we? Yes. There's Tarnation there covering the center. We're probably getting ready to lose 20 points on the flood there. Yeah, I don't think they enjoyed this at all, because we basically just beat them by having more people. You know, it was the only way to beat them. And Red was doing really well here, and Fun Times basically switched over to the other team to try to counterbalance them a little bit, and found it very difficult to do so, which I just thought was pretty amazing. This is actually pretty hard fought, considering how numerically uneven the teams are. We're just barely hanging on to our prime right now. Yeah. I should probably thank the folks that came up, that got on the message board there and gave me the help with the mouse settings right there, because yeah, I was absolutely clueless about. Oh, there we go. We got an eye there. Because I was basically completely clueless about how to set these things up. It's amazing. I've been playing this garbage for years. I just don't look into this stuff. You know, I just assume, well, you know, I'll just twiddle this. I'll just set this here and that there, and everything's okay. But you know, you start looking into this stuff. Just get a wild hair and start googling stuff, and say, oh look, yeah, okay. Well. So yeah, it turns out that, you know, I can turn up the DPI on this mouse up to the full 12,000 there, and then I just have to turn the sensitivity in game way the hell down. There's a formula to figure that out, but it's pretty basic, you know. It's just basic algebra pretty much. You just have to bring the sensitivity down just enough to compensate for the fact that you got the DPI set way the hell up. And yeah, it's, you know, it seems like it helps. A lot of things seem like they help. That was the main thing. That was the main thing that probably helped with me. I mean, the rest of it I was probably doing pretty much. I already knew enough to. Well, I'd already figured out enough by that time to turn the speed in the control panel down to 6, where it should be. But the documentation I got off the message board finally explained to me, well, why it should be 6, and that was something that there was a lot of technical information there. It really amazed me that people look into this kind of stuff with such depth. You know, like, well, you know, getting all this insight into the way the software that controls the mouse actually works. You know, well, you know, it skips pixels when you turn it up over X, and so on. It's
I've got the orb.
That's amazing, and it does seem to work better. It does seem to make it a lot easier to aim and get all these jumps and everything. Although I suspect that, yeah, my reflexes are ultimately the limiting factor here. As you can see, we're still just struggling to hold on to our prime. It's amazing that we're gonna win this. think at one point the scoreboard came up and I saw that the one team had 2 more people than the other one, and I actually texted teams, you know, because I thought the team that was short was us, because it had to be us because we were doing so badly. But it turned out, yeah, the team that red was the team that had the 2 extra players. Red, the team that's apparently losing their ass here. You know, we're losing our ass and we've got like an extra player or 2 extra players throughout this whole match. It's just, yeah, it's pretty amazing that it worked out that way. But yeah, blue was just playing really well. I mean, they won the match before this very handily. I don't think they won too many after this.
I've got the orb.
Because, you know, once they started losing, they shed a player or 2. It was getting to the, you know, that was pretty much the end of it. But yeah, they were just working together really well, I think. Did manage to take the center. Blue's probably going to come in and just take it right back, though. They're working right. Yeah, there you go.
Grab the Redeemer.
They'll probably shoot it right back down. The nuke is there, but I don't feel like going after that. I'm just gonna, not even gonna run the orb. I'm just gonna grab this vehicle, which I probably shouldn't have done. Oh, I'm going after the nuke. Yeah, I am going after the nuke, and this is one way to do it. You could. I was trying to. No, I'm not gonna get anywhere with it.
Man the Nightshade.
I sure hope I didn't get in that nuke.
I have the orb.
Attack the center.
Yeah, I didn't quite get there fast enough. You know, the players on this game, they all know when that nuke comes up, and you really have to get there fast. Otherwise, there's gonna be someone there before you, or there's gonna be someone there almost as soon as you get there. I don't think I gave that nuke away. I think I pretty much had it. No, maybe I did. Yeah, it might be getting ready to go off right about now, maybe. They're getting ready to take our prime again, that's for sure.
I've got the orb.
Oh. Didn't get out of his way, did I? Alright. So yeah, I got up on the UT4 alpha there and played that a little bit with the new mouse settings, and it definitely improved the aim. It definitely improved my aim. I was actually headshotting people a little more often than usual. I wouldn't say it automatically makes you an ace player, but it definitely don't hurt. That's for sure.
Attack the prime node. Red core is vulnerable. Attack the prime node.
Oh, well.
I have the orb.
I'll have to keep messing around with it. The only bad thing about it is that if I'm gonna keep the DPI at 12,000, which isn't really necessary, that's overkill.
Attack the floodgate.
That's probably way more than I actually have to do to get a reasonable improvement. But I figure, what the hell, the setting is there, why not use it? The only drawback to that is that it isn't really practical to leave it at those settings all the time, because once I get out of the game itself, that same set of settings will basically make the mouse unusable, like on the desktop. Oh, there's that nuke. Let me see if I can recover this before we go to prime again. Amazing that we're still struggling to hold our prime. If I can manage to show the scoreboard, yeah, there we go. We're 2 up. Absolutely incredible. How is this possible? How are we losing like this? It's just nuts. Of course, at least one of the extra people we've got is a noob, so that's probably a factor. Oh. Yeah, this is completely stiff. That's Tarnation up there on the top of the building over there with the sniper rifle. I'm gonna stupidly just keep going after that orb.
Attack the floodgate.
I think his comment was that he didn't even have to move the rifle. He just waited. He was just sitting there waiting for me to get in there and get it. I kept thinking, well, if I
Attack
dodge
the
in there
floodgate
sideways really fast, you know, I won't give him a chance to get the shot off. But no, he's you know, it's not that hard for him to do it actually.
Attack the floodgate node.
I might okay, this time I'm going to get up here on the top here and just go after him with the stinger there, which they hate. The snipers hate the stinger, and it's almost completely ineffective from this distance too. But he had to move his sights that time because I was coming at him from a slightly different angle. I figured keeping all those rounds coming into a space like that kind of distracts him a little bit, so that and then you bounce back and forth a little bit. It's a little harder for them to snipe that. Unlike when you're just going after the orb, when they know right where you're gonna be, and all they gotta do is sit there and wait for it.
I have the orb.
You know, I should know better. You know, when the orb is on the ground like that and it's obviously covered like that, you should just let it time out. You know, so you can go pick it up from the core instead of just touching it long enough to reset the timer so that it sits there even longer. No.
I've got the
I
orb.
think I might, yeah, just managed to shoot that down and that's over with. Okay. I think that's the blue orb. Yeah, I think the blue orb's stranded up there on top of that platform. That's a good place for it. I'll leave it right there. Blue's just managed to rebuild the center. I'm going to go back and cause trouble over there. Our orb is loitering by the flood, and I kind of didn't get anywhere with that. I kind of doubt. Okay, now he's heading for the center. Maybe he'll cap.
Attack
See how far he gets with that. Blue is going to go and recover the flood, of course. But we got the center. So nothing unusual going on there. We traded the center for the flood.
Attack the floodgate node.
Which is something, you know, again, something you see a lot of on this map. The teams end up trading off the flood in the center back and forth. They're each just waiting for the other team to miss a trick somewhere.
Attack the center node.
You know, waiting for the other team to neglect the flood long enough for you to get your 20 points that way, or waiting for the other team to neglect the map long enough for you to take their prime. And in the meantime, using the orb to prevent the other team from holding the flood, or to prevent the other team from getting their prime. Sacrificing the alternate objective, the flood of the center, you know, whichever it is. You know, to increase their chances of getting the one that's more critical at that moment.
Grab the Redeemer.
That's pretty much the gist of this whole map. It's really a good layout. It's no wonder this is considered one of the best maps. Of course, I don't really understand why some of the other maps are hated on so much.
Blue core flooding.
This one does get played a lot. Oh, here we go. Totally failed to stop Rocky Mountain. He'll probably just walk right in and cap. Well, yep, he sure did.
Red core is vulnerable.
Friendly fire.
I think it looks like we managed to get 20 points there off the flood, I guess. Lost a couple points off the core. It's like here comes the blue. Yep. Just absolutely amazing how we're just struggling and just getting nowhere with this. Looks like our prime is up for the moment. I thought about trying to hold the flood for that 30 seconds and seeing if we could hold our prime, but that's not going to happen. So instead, even though there's fire on the prime, I'm going to make a desperate attempt to take the center and take some of the heat off of us here. And lo and behold, managed to do it. Everybody on blue is over there at our prime, leaving nobody over here to watch the center. So now I'm trying to decide, should I go back and get the orb again, or should I stay here and try to hold this center up, and hopefully somebody else on blue will get it together and do something to move shit forward, like either holding the flood or taking the prime. But I don't think they're gonna. It might hold the flood, but I don't think they're gonna take the prime. Yeah, our orb is moving, but it doesn't look like he's going to make it. Yeah, it looks like Blue's going to get this center back. Yeah, there's that.
Attack the
I was
center
getting ready
node.
to ditch that Nemesis, but because I figured the Viper was gonna suicide, but I didn't expect that the orb carrier to whip out the Alva right there, or that would be enough to take them out. Yeah, now we're 2 men up, so I'm thinking here, teams. Yeah, I'm saying teams because I think we're the team that's down, but we're not. We're the team that's
Grab
up.
the Redeemer.
I'm not really going to understand that for several minutes here. It's suddenly going to dawn on me. Oh my God! You know, we're losing like this, and we're 2 people up. It's just, well, we're kind of starting to turn it around now. Yeah.
Grab the Redeemer.
Yeah, we're still up, aren't we? Okay.
I have the orb.
This guy will probably block it. No, I think we'll get it. Nice. That's beast there. Okay, yeah, we'll probably start turning it around there. I may go after the nuke. Well, with 5 hit points, I may go after the nuke. Yeah, I'm not going to get anywhere doing that. That probably means blue will get the nuke unless somebody gets there ahead of beast there. I don't know how likely that is. No, that Viper's dead. Don't even try to capture it. Oh, we've got the center. Okay, and the nuke is still there. I doubt it'll stay there for any length of time.
Attack the floodgate.
If I go up here and grab a hamster ball, I might have a chance to grab it, but no, it's gone. I need to get out of the area because I knew the nuke was going to come in. There was no way in hell we got there. Oh, but it's too late for them because we got their prime. Okay.
Blue core is under attack.
Okay, yeah. And I think the scoreboard came up there, and you can see we're still 2 men up. Of course, one of the people that we're up by is a nuke, who I'm sure is not really being a factor. It still means we're a man up. This is why I don't think we enjoyed this.
Blue core is secure.
I think they feel like we stole
the enemy prime node.
I was frankly amazed we didn't
enemy
lose.
prime node.
I have the orb.
I could have posted this, or I could have
3
posted
minutes
an earlier
remaining.
one that we lost, which was Serenity, which had some pretty good flings. Which had Kronos doing some pretty good flinging of orb carriers. That one wasn't so dramatic. I guess if I get real industrious, maybe I could post that one next. Because that one seemed like it was considered a better game. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can get past this guy. Maybe not. Oh, just managed to duck in, and don't think I quite managed to cap that. No, they took it out.
Grab your orb. Blue
Yeah, it's still
core
being
flagged.
built. I didn't cap that at
Blue
all.
core is
Blue will
heavily
probably
damaged.
recap it.
Defend the prime node.
I've got the orb.
Yeah, the blue orb's trying to come in there. He's still up on his feet. And they got fire. No, blue orb's down. Okay. This is just
2
idiocy.
minutes remain.
Well, I guess it makes some sense. I mean, the blue prime isn't built yet, but it's not
Core is
down.
vulnerable. Attack the floodgate.
So I figure I've got a few seconds to sit
Blue core
here
is
and
secure.
waste ammo on this node trying to get the floodgate out. Well, now the enemy prime is down. Yeah, so I'm gonna finally give up on that node and try to go in here and cap this thing. Hopefully, I didn't just doom my attempt to do so. But yeah, they're trying to stop me. Just managed. Okay, well that's not too bad. And we are ahead now. Hopefully, I'll show the scoreboard again. Probably indicate that yes, we are still a man, at least a man up.
Blue core is secure.
Blue did manage to build that flood, but we took it back down. Yeah, we're still a man up.
Attack the enemy prime node. 1 minute remains.
Well, I guess technically I did.
Attack the center node.
Yeah, see, blue hasn't given up yet. They're not a bunch of idiots over there. They managed to take down the center before we got there. Ice cream here is doing. Oh God, I hate it when that happens. Ice Cream was doing a smart thing and rushing over to the far side before trying to make it over the wall, but it didn't do any good. I probably caught a sniper round.
30 seconds left.
That's a really bad place for that to happen, but you know it happens. It's amazing it doesn't happen more often because everybody who sees that vehicle on its way knows exactly where it's going. And yeah, I'd love to have you told me there, but the orb is spawning.
8,
Okay.
7, 6.
And we're back down to fighting for our prime,
3,
amazingly.
2, 1. Overtime.
Well, let's see if we can hold on to it. Meanwhile, there's the orb's right there, and there's 29 seconds on the flood. Oh, but we managed to shoot that down. Okay, so Blue was looking pretty dangerous there, but we managed to slow him down. I've got 6 hit points, and just lost those. I'm gonna let this guy pick up that orb.
Attack the center
There
node.
goes the nuke. Fortunately, I was standing right behind that wall, so I didn't get took out by that.
Defend the floodgate node.
This is one of the few places on this or any other map when you can be that close to a nuke going off and survive it just because there happens to be a wall right there. And if you see it coming, you can get up on your hoverboard
Attack
and
the
knock you
floodgate
over.
node.
But I don't usually see it coming right there. Usually this flies in the window and it's only in the air for about a half a second before it goes.
Attack the floodgate node.
28 seconds on the flood. Unless that flood goes down, I'll probably have to try to cap that. Oh god. Screwed it up again, didn't I? That's what happens when you get in a hurry. You hit the wrong button and crash to the desktop. Well, I didn't crash. It switched over to the desktop. Okay, I do not have to cap that. If you're going after the flood and you get there and it's already been knocked down and they're in the process of building it, don't
Attack the
cap
center
it.
node.
Just hold on to that. Just hold on to that orb and take it to the next objective, which is in this case is our prime again. Because we have to stop from taking it. Something we've been doing a lot of all through this match. Okay. I've got a huge gunboat there, which is that doesn't happen to me so much anymore, but it can be pretty hard to get rid of, and I'll probably totally fail to kill this guy. Yep, he dodged that arrow. Oh no, he didn't, or maybe he did. I don't know. That happened a little bit quickly. Okay. And I'm just going to run the orb once again. Looks like we're working on taking
Attack
the
the
center
center
down.
node.
We are in overtime, and the score is amazingly completely even. But we should be able. Yeah, it's too late for me to hold the flood, but it's okay because the blue orb didn't get there in time either. So that's gonna put it in the bag for us right there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cap it this time because we are in overtime. And having that extra node just means their core is going to tick down that much
Defend
faster.
the center node.
I've got the orb.
Not as critical to make it to the prime every time with the orb
Enemy
when you're in
prime
overtime like that. It's just critical to hold as many nodes as possible.
Attack the floodgate node.
And yeah,
Blue orb destroyed.
yeah, there you go. That's pretty much. You can see Blue still trying to come back from that. Yeah, Blue absolutely hated that match, but I thought it was a lot harder than it ought to be. Really, so I was pretty impressed. Really, have a good evening.